Welcome to the Lighter Side Show. I'm your host, Jamie Butler, the Everyday Medium. And today we're going to be talking about the third eye chakra. This is part of our chakra series where I introduce the chakra, what it's like when it has too much energy, not enough energy, and just right. And then we allow spirit to come in and talk about it from their perspective of how that chakra works within the human body. It's pretty interesting. Before we dive into that, I do have some housekeeping notes. 2019 is coming up, and we have lots of series happening. We are starting a new Reiki series, 1, 2, and Mastership. And we also have online basic mediumship, online intermediate mediumship, and the advanced mediumship in person at the Center for Love and Light. You can find those dates and locations and times. Head over to jamiebutlermedium.com and click on events, and then you have your selections. You can hit the calendar just to see when you're available and see what's up with us, or you can click on classes and workshops. Also, while you're there, Lumineers, sign up for the newsletter. Colleen has put that together, and it looks amazing. Comes out once a month. We don't spam you because we love you guys and we want to protect you. We don't give your name away to anyone. Why would we? What kind of people do that? No word back there? I bet you're thinking about it though. Okay, I have my notes on the third eye chakra. This is the one located right here on the flat of your forehead, in between your eyes. I've noticed on some of human beings, it's a little bit lower, and sometimes it's a little bit higher. Still the same thing. Doesn't really mean anything to me. I haven't found any correlations to the location being higher or lower. This is where all of our telepathic energy comes from. It's where all of our clairs are. Clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsensitive, empathic, claircognizant. Here it is. This is the vibration. It's about becoming consciousness on all levels and using your sixth sense. I kind of think now there are more than six senses, but maybe we can get into that conversation later. But there's a lot of awareness that I think we're not using on a daily basis that we can be, and this is the center that does that. So what happens when we have too much energy in that chakra, which is a deep indigo? On some people, it looks more of a dark purple. And some people, it looks more like a dark blue. And yes, that does mean different things. But when we have an abundant amount, because every chakra is the size of a golf ball, 2 inches around. It's a sphere. There's no front door, back door. It's not two-dimensional. It's really amazing. So when it's too big, like the size of a grapefruit, football, oblong, all these things have meanings, then what's happening is you end up being a little bit more dreamy. You're too much in your head. And when you're too much in your head, it can trigger you to go way analytical. So you can fall into the measure it, compare it, contrast it, and you fall into like the knowledge. I need to know everything. And that's what stimulates the solar plexus. So when I look at somebody and they have an abundant amount of blue and yellow, I immediately say, that's the leader. Especially if the yellow is first in their energy and the blue comes after. I'm like, okay, now we know. Especially when the yellow is first and the blue is after, that's straight up leadership energy. So it's great when you're doing interviews and you want to hire an employee and they have that kind of layered energy. Might not be the best position. They need to be in a place where they can make up their own mind, they can make their choices, they can make quick changes and kind of lead the department or the people that are around. That would be a better place. So what else happens when you have too much energy in your third eye chakra? It can lead to manipulation. Oh yes, that sweet manipulation that most of us do, we pretend we don't do. That happens here. So when there's too much, we can't pare it down to exactly what we're connecting to. So sometimes we'll try to control it, which is aspect of leadership, to gain more connection to it. So manipulation. You become an authoritarian. Do you like that? Some of you are like, no, that's not me. I don't like that. But when it happens, when you come into a situation and you get triggered, the word triggered, where you just like flare up and your energy goes, oh! Sometimes this flares up and gets really big and your head starts to go into action. I need to control this because I'm out of control. And really, it's probably related to some other need. But most of us aren't trained to check in with ourselves when we're being triggered to what our needs actually are. So my challenge to you, Lumineers, maybe when you're being triggered, you might want to slow down a little bit and say, wait, why am I needing control? Why am I being the authoritarian? Why do I need to manipulate the situation to get what I need? And figure out what your core need is in that moment. I don't know, good little homework. People who have a ton of blue energy on their third eye can be religious fanatics. It's true. I'll let you sit on that one for a second. It can lead to a big ego. You can see now it's all just abundant of too much, and you're not connecting. So to counteract this, you can add in kind of a yellow-orange color. Think sunset orange-yellow, and then dose it all into your third eye. That will balance it out. It'll calm it down. Okay, so now let's look at the chakra when it doesn't have enough energy in it. And what goes on there is you become less connected to your clairs. Distant. You're not catching on to the messages that are happening throughout your day. Things are popping up and aha moments are happening everywhere and signs and so forth. And you're like, I don't know. I didn't see that. I don't get it. When your third eye chakra doesn't have enough energy, you can be less assertive, less objective. Yeah, you get highly sensitive. You know, all that time where you have those days and you don't know why, but you're just like, oh, is that about me? Why did you say that? I don't understand. And you're very tender. Guess what, ladies? It might not be your cycle. It really might be lack of energy in your third eye. Just saying. Other things, you could be afraid of success. So if you find that that is one of your markers as you're building your own career and you feel like you just can't hit that mark that you've set for yourself, look at feeding your third eye, that deep indigo, more indigo color. Start dosing yourself with those smells, aromatherapies, with color, with stones, crystals, food, affirmation that all vibrate within the third eye energy. And if you're wondering where you might find all that, ta-da! You guys, I have a chart. I think I mentioned this in every single episode, but it's all laid out there for you. So whatever you're looking for, it's here. And you can go, okay, I want to do number 6, the third eye chakra. And you can just go straight across and see all the things that have the same vibrational pattern as a healthy third eye chakra. It is pretty amazing. I like it. We'll set that back. So now when your energy is in your third eye and it's perfect, it has just enough for you to function with perfection, a lot of amazing things happen. And so what goes down is you end up being connected to all of those clairs. You're connected to spirit. You're connected to this cosmic consciousness. You're connected to your intuition, your energy, others' energy, your environment. So you can imagine the sense of purpose, connection, the amount of information and ease that you have from this. You end up not being as attracted to material items. So guys, Lumineers, have you ever had those weeks or even those days where you wake up and you're like, why do I have this stuff? Why is this here? And all of a sudden you think you need to just start clearing things out of your life. You're like, everything is going, it's being donated. I can't do this anymore. Pause for a moment and start noticing what else you're connecting to. Because it might not be this emotional overwhelm or swing of an emotional pattern. It could be that you found your balance with your third eye chakra and you've recognized that the environment that you created is really not suiting you. And that's why you want to let go of those material items. You become very charismatic. Do we know anybody like that? Silence in the studio. I just want to tell you that. Silence. What? You guys, you become unafraid of death. Death doesn't then become, this, I don't want to say ruler over you, but a lot of us have a fear of death or ending and not knowing, I guess, how to accept it or approach it. But when our energy is balanced in our third eye, death is just seen as another process or a step. We start to make different decisions when that happens. So Lumineers, This is what goes down with the third eye chakra when there's too much energy, not enough energy, and just right. And just right is, you got it, the size of a golf ball. You're never going to look at the golf ball the same ever again. You're going to think, oh, that's a chakra. Good, because I really want you focused on your energy, guys. This is a great, great resource for you. Okay, I'm going to sign off and say goodbye, and we're going to let Spirit come in and talk to you about the third eye chakra. I'll see you later, Lumineers. Bye.
Welcome back, Lumineers. I am Colleen Ziegler, and today I am joined by Grace, who is channeled by Jamie Butler, and Grace is going to be talking about the third eye chakra.
Hello, Lumineers. Hello, Colleen, Jessie. Thank you so much for having me here. I can't wait to talk about the third eye chakra. Can you guess why?
Because this is where we hold all of our clairs.
Oh, you nailed it. We were talking about this before, but not in a deep conversation. I like the third eye chakra because of the clairs. So this is where our clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsensitive, our empathic abilities. Now, we automatically think that clairsensitive and empathic is going to rest in the heart chakra. That's where a lot of it is processed, but the information that is collected from it
enters through the third eye.
Here. Yes, it is.
I did not know this.
They all work together so well. And I think we've done a brilliant job in discussing the characteristics of each one and trying to isolate them. But really what your chakra system is doing is collaborating on a multitude of levels. And this is one of them. So if you're empathic and you're clairsensitive, your heart chakra has to be very polished and open. But what's translating and getting the information out of it energetically is here in the third eye. The third eye is also the location that the clairs are integrated into the physical body.
Okay.
With your pituitary gland being behind the third eye chakra, pituitary gland being part of your endocrine system, it is the pituitary that orchestrates the endocrine system. And I know Jamie, I believe, talks about this. She gets quite thrilled about this little bit of information. But I think it's significant enough to know that when you are working on your psychic abilities, your mediumship, your clairs, that it is stimulating this chakra, which is stimulating the pituitary to then orchestrate health to the rest of your physical body. The physical body.
So, physical health.
Yes.
Okay.
So imagine if you're in conversation with spirit in a meditation, or you are having visions, or you're being, clairaudient, you're hearing voices. Imagine how visceral it is within the human structure because the information is coming through the third eye chakra, because it resonates with the pituitary gland, because it sends off a series of actions in the endocrine system.
That's fascinating.
I believe it's fascinating.
It is.
So it's anchoring the physical body to your psychic abilities.
I don't think that, and I know I can't speak for everybody, but I don't think most people think about third eye in relation to physical health of their body.
No, I wouldn't suspect so. Maybe third eye.
But there's a very strong connection.
Very strong connection. This is like the connection energetically.
Okay.
Because all the chakras are collaborating with your health, specifically related to certain organs and tissues and vibrations within your body. But the big system that really I don't think gets enough attention is the endocrine system that helps balance your physical health and well-being. It affects you mentally, emotionally, and physically.
And that's noted on Jamie's chart, right?
Yes, it is.
Is how the endocrine system is related to the chakras, to the different chakras.
Yes, it is. On the back of her chart, it lists everything quite clearly.
Fascinating. I mean, I've seen it on the chart, but I'm still thinking about the third eye and my physical health. it's fascinating to me.
So
Yeah.
you can think about when you are comforted by your loved one's voice in the beyond,
Mm-hmm.
or when you have that moment of bliss, of being connected, when you have those aha moments and you feel that you are perfectly centered, you are aware of all that is in that moment. Now, those moments may last, for a few minutes,
Mm-hmm.
it may last for a few days, and for the lucky ones, maybe weeks on end. When you're in that bliss, that awareness, that unity is being processed here in the third eye chakra, and that beautiful resonance is hitting the pituitary again and again and again. And it's stimulating the pituitary gland to then communicate that bliss and those emotions, translate those thoughts into the entire endocrine system, which is controlling, all of your glands,
Mm-hmm.
your thyroid, your fight and flight, your thymus, your immune system. All of it is being triggered to then vibrate to that level.
And when you're talking about vibrate, I'm seeing it like this. I'm seeing it as like my voice right now hitting the vibrations in the endocrine system, almost the same way that instruments or singing would hit it. Is that what you're speaking of?
I like that, yes.
Okay, so when you talk about that vibration, you're talking about the actual sound.
Well, not actual sound. Vibration
Okay.
can be a wavelength with no sound.
Okay.
It is a quality of the energy, the vibration. And so we can look at vibration and we can say we can label it, if that helps you understand vibration, and say that we have a blissful vibration, which you might just call that an emotion, but you have a feeling behind that emotion. And that's you expressing your instrument, managing that particular vibration.
Got it. That's where you might say something like high vibes, low vibes.
Yes.
That
So
kind of,
your
energy.
emotion, in essence, could be the sound of you reacting to that vibration. So your pituitary gland does that and then changes the way that it orchestrates to release hormones or withhold hormones.
Okay.
So you communicating to your loved ones and having those feelings of security and safety and memories actually can boost your immune system.
In spirit or in...
Yes, in spirit or
flesh.
Yes, yes, in spirit or in flesh. So when you find yourself turning the corner and not enjoying where you are, or feeling disconnected or a bit sour, I like for you to ask, where is it coming from? And I like for you to be aware, Lumineers, that when that's happening, you're then choosing to feed yourself that level of vibration, that kind of nutrient. And what are you going to make from it is more of that resonant, more of that vibration, more of that nutrient. And so to change it is to step out of that pattern. To change it is to ask for some new outcome and to present a new approach. And that might be adding meditation. That might be allowing yourself to have more imagination. That might be as simple as taking a different path to work. If you're, Jamie had a word for it earlier. Comfort creature.
Yeah, I was going to say like a creature of habit.
Creature of habit. If you think that's you, and you wake up and you grab your coffee and you sit in the same seat and you do these things, then a nice little thought I like to have is, what if your life right now was a vacation? And your home was your vacation home, and your work was your vacation activity, and your bathroom was your dream vacation bathroom. How would you react to it now? And go and play that role, seeing if that takes you to a different path that you take to work, or a different place to eat your breakfast, or finding a different kind of light in your home, because that is going to change your mode of transportation, that vibration that you were feeling. It's going to raise it, and this here is going to process it. And when you find you get into that sweet spot where it's closer to bliss, happiness, ease, the platform in your third eye chakra is much larger for us to come and place our messages there and to help polish your clear audient, voyant, sentient, cognizant, empathic abilities, so that it's easier for you to stay in touch with us and vice versa.
I have a question.
Yes.
The more that we talk about all the clairs sitting in the third eye, I can't help but think, so working on those clairs and strengthening them actually could strengthen our physical health as well? Is
Yes.
that a true
Absolutely.
statement?
That is a very true statement.
Okay.
Yes, that is one of the wonders I want the Lumineers to take home.
And when the third eye is, and I'm going to use the word shut down, deactivated, whatever you want to call it, I'm just saying those for visual, that it can actually impair our physical health.
Yes, it can. Mentally, emotionally, and physically impair. I think you've got it.
I've got it. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I love talking to you, Grace. I could just have hours and hours talking about the chakras with you, because I feel like during these episodes where we've had these channeled portions, and I'm sure that some of our audience members could agree with me that I thought I knew a decent amount about the chakras, but this is giving me a lot of new information that I'm so grateful for.
I think it's been very wise of you to invite us to talk about your chakra system from our viewpoint.
Yes. Yeah.
And how your physical body is using it. Because like I mentioned before, I think the people have been very keen on identifying the chakras as individuals and identifying their characteristics, functions or dysfunctions, but not so much in what is it doing for you on a deeper level or as a whole with the others.
Yeah. Or just the importance of them. I mean, that's a huge recognition with it in itself. It's not just like, oh, I need to balance my chakras or all this stuff. It's like, this is a part of you that you need to take care of, just like brushing your teeth every day.
Keep rolling. Lumineers, that's the whistler. That was perfect. We were just speaking about the whistler.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Oh, and I had a really good point. So here is my next prediction. Oh, goodness.
Prediction?
Here is my next prediction, Lumineers. Okay. Do you know how the whole world went a-gaga over the immune system being in the gut?
Yes.
Right, and the serotonin being produced here and the second brain being here. We've known this forever in science, but it's just now hitting mainstream. Yeah. Here it is. After this is seen as normal,
we're going to go here.
You're going to go here.
Yeah.
And you're going to be blown away and realize how much this energetic center affects your immune system, your mental, emotional, and physical health.
So that's your next book, Grace.
I don't have a first book. I've helped people write books, but I don't have one for myself.
Yeah. The third eye and
your health.
The third eye and your health by Grace.
Well, thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you so much, as always, for joining us and sharing all your wonderful insights.
Thank you.
The light to